along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Fontes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Callum Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Oh, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Hi, good evening. Welcome back to another show. John Sinclair TV back again, and just got back from Newcastle after we won by 4-0 against Aston Villa. And this evening I've got Pete with us. I've got Tony. Good evening, guys.
How are you, John?
Evening, John. How are you?
I'm champion. How are you? You good?
Not too bad.
Champion. Just for the start of the show, right? Just send a message to on social media, and I've been seeing the new lads for 2 months. Julianne, her name. And she's from Lowfell, and she is so happy that she wants to be part of my life and be on her life as well. So let's hope that things go as well. So thank you very much indeed, and she's amazing. So thank you so much indeed for your support, guys. So guys, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button, give us a subscribe as well if you are new. If you like the super chat, then click on the $sign, just give all the channels worth. And if you'd like to become a member, then please hit that join button. It's just 99p and the same price as a McDonald's as well. Let's go for the comments as well. Hi to Lewis. How are you, mate? Are we okay, Nathan? How was Manchester? What's the score today? United, Joe. Did they win today?
1-0.
1-0, Man U.
1-0. They'll be a point behind us then. There you go.
Yeah.
Even if you've got lots of salt syndrome, it seems it does, I'm afraid. I've seen loads of Aston Villa fans as well, especially. Cry your eyes out. That's what I can see. Good evening, the Unite Emery. That's I like coffee. Nice to see everyone fitted in. Everyone in. Thank you, Lou. Big up to NS Nipun. He's Chelsea fan. Let's hope we've beaten in a week on Saturday. Big up to you, my guy. Hope you're okay. What happened to your team yesterday? And even lads, hope you're well. That's a Mansell. And congrats. Thank you very much to you, Mr. York. And I've got more as well. So many bit of fellow supporters. Yes. Some of them are canny, but some are a bit salty. Oh man, I'm sorry, but I cannot be bothered with that. Let's be real, people. So many better fellow supporters. Yeah, that's why they got beat by 4-0. I thought we kept them quiet. Obviously, they haven't. John's injury always basically dance. I'm going to hope we get a new one soon. I'm going to try and get something good as a newie. And David De Gea carried United today. West Ham should have been falling up towards the end. Wow. Big up to David De Gea, if that is the case, even lads as well. For Chris, right, let's go on to yesterday's game. We finished Newcastle United 4, Aston Villa 0, and keeps in 4th place because Spurs scored a late goal. And sorry, you, Pete, give us a breakdown on yesterday's game, mate.
Yep, I mean, first half, majority of that first half up until stoppage time was a bit of a sluggish first half, wasn't it? A lot of both sides giving the ball away him a lot. Not a lot of chances as well. But as soon as we got that penalty, which is when we absolutely took them to bits throughout the rest of the football match. Wilson, with his penalty, straight down the middle, cool as you like. And, of course, the second goal, the link-up play between Miggy and Trippier from the corner. The short corner was good. And Wilson, right place at the right time for a second. Check for a possible offside, but it wasn't, which was good. And the third goal, of course, Wilson gets the shot, but then the keeper, Olsen, who had to come on for Emi Martinez, who had to go off with concussion, spills it right out to our J7, Joe Linton, and he couldn't have missed from there, could he? And it's great to see him get a goal. He was due a goal at some point as well, definitely. But the fourth goal is just absolute magic from Miggy. Oh, I mean, soon as he struck that with his left foot, I was just, that is in. That's in. and it was just unbelievable. What a goal it was. And see out the rest of the game. Well, we had a couple of some opportunities actually before that. Of course, Wilson hit the bar, lucky not to get the hat trick. Jacob Murphy was unlucky when he hit the post as well. So we could have had a couple of more goals, but saw the game out comfortably. Shocking from Villa yesterday. So poor. I expected possibly a bit more from them after the win against Brentford, but we just took them to pieces. And I've got to tell you, Unai Emery has got a big job with that side, I've got to tell you.
Well, it was sort of even in for Unai watching that as well, so he must be invited, must be thinking, what the heck did I leave Villarreal for to come and join these lot? They're a poor side, let's be real. But Tony, give us your breakdown yesterday's game, because I know you went to see the door up in Newcastle, and to the best you can, how do you think the game went for you, mate?
I managed to watch it as well, John.
Good man.
Yeah, I mean, first half was a bit stop-start. Villa were there to frustrate. Mings went into Martinez with his knee in the head. Then he stayed on, which I thought was a bit of a strange decision, if I'm honest. And then he went down again. Fans were getting frustrated. The Newcastle fans were giving him a lot of boos, and then he threw the ball, and then it was like he had to come off, and Robin Olsen came on. And then we had 10 minutes of injury time in that first half. And in that injury time, we get to penalty. Clear handball from Ashley Young. He's almost way out, and and I just thought, yeah, that's got to be there's a penalty all day. Wilson, as you ever, coolly gets up and puts it straight down the middle, And then we were in control at half time. And then after the second half started, we just came out a totally different side, and we took the game to Villa, and we absolutely annihilated them. Wilson, the good short corner, Trippier to Miggy, then Miggy back heel, back to Trippier, crossover, bang, Wilson header, 2-0. Then Wilson had a go, saved it off the keeper, spilt it back into play. Joe Linton was on hand to knock it in the back of the net. It was a nervous couple of minutes when they were going through the VAR check. No offside, so the goal stood. And then Miggy again comes up and hits another one of his great strikes with the curler. And I took a bit of a deflection as it went in. But again, Mickey's having his own goal of the month competition yet again. And, I'm just wondering if he's going to win October's as well. But yeah, Wilson hit the crossbar with a header, and, Murphy had a shot which come back off the post unluckily. If they had gone in, that would have been 6-0. We could have won that game 7 or 8-0, and nobody would have batted an eyelid, to be fair, because it would have probably been a fair result. Villa had 3 shots, none on target and none off target. So, that just shows you how good we were at the back. That shows you how poor Villa are as well. Tyrone Mings, you can tell he's not an England centre-half. And, and Pete likes what I call him because I've got a name for him. Mings was minging yesterday. That's what it was, John. And, I told you that week when we played against Brentford, we had Ethan Pinnock, Pillock as I call him. So this week we've got Tyrone Mings as minging. And, let's see who it'll be next week, who I can come up with a name for, John. But overall, 3 points. We were top 3 for a while until, Shane Bournemouth couldn't have just held on. And if they'd concentrated more on that corner, then I don't think Spurs would have got that goal. So they would have drew that game. We would have been third. I thought Bournemouth would have held on against Spurs, if I'm honest, when they were 2-0 up. But yeah, overall, still 4th top. And that's, I know we're a point ahead of Man United now. And we go on to Southampton next Sunday. So, Cheers, Newcastle United, and it's nice to have it's nice that the weekend is. It's just nice and refreshing to go to games now and not think, oh, are we going to get beat or are we going to scrape a draw? We can go into games full of confidence, thinking actually we can beat these. We can beat anybody in this league, and it just shows you how cruelly we were done against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last night there was, I think, 6 minutes or something of added time. I was still on the train at the time when I was looking at it. And I looked at that score and I thought, well, hang on. It's 96 minutes now. Why is the whistle not going? Still went on and on. I thought, yeah, I bet they've held the board up saying wait until Liverpool score. Thankfully, Leeds held on and won it 2-1. So, yeah, an even better weekend. Just a shame the Mackems had to get an equaliser against Luton, or else the weekend would have been even sweeter if they had lost to Luton.
Wow, absolutely, man. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Liverpool out of the title race. I can't lie. They did go on a mad run, and I just don't think they're capable of doing it at this moment in time. But I think it just goes to show we're after them. We're catching up on people, sort of thing, yeah? So,
well, have you seen there's a TikTok video with a deluded Liverpool fan, an Irishman, I think he is, and he says Liverpool will finish second by the end of the season and we will finish sixth. I thought, I don't know, and he thinks Arsenal finish fifth or fourth or something like that, but fourth for Arsenal, but he says, oh, Man City will win the league. And I thought, is this guy deluded or something? Does he know what he's talking about? Because I'm not being funny, the way Liverpool are playing, they ain't going to finish in the top two.
No chance. Absolutely no chance. The way things go in a minute, I think we'll finish above them anyway. Let's be real. I mean, Spurs got to come to us yet. Liverpool's come to us yet. United's got to come to us yet. You know, if we didn't pick up those 3 points up there, then anything can happen. Anything can happen. Because I'll tell you something now, right? I mean, they got to take us very, very seriously. Let's be real. And none of them haven't. Still, I've got one for Lewis here. Yeah, one day, Lewis, you definitely call me on the player rating show, no doubt. Good evening to Gary. Hope you came, mate. Good 4-0 win, Foxy. 4-0 win, mate.
He means Man United.
United.
I knew what he meant.
Yeah, right. Whatever. We could have been 6 or 7, indeed. I did predict 5 when by us, but I was so close. Wood should have scored. He should have done. How did he miss that? I just do not know. Rose like Leon Bailey. I was disappointed with him yesterday alongside the rest of this team. He had a good chance yesterday. Dan Burn blocked his shot, by the way. A big up Dan Burn. Can you guys do a fit on Botman and talk about this guy? Honestly, world class. Got to keep him just like Bruno. Don't know what it is, mate. I didn't think it was that great. First half, he keeps sliding in his headers as well. You keep on missing those misplaced headers over the top, whatever I call it. But look, at the end of the day, right, it's done all right. It's done fantastic. I've been to finding it against Southampton, Bruno 25-yard back heel volley. Can you imagine that? Great goal from Miggy. He has brother to Paris. Well, to an end product, Jesus Christ, what a goal. That's a sick goal. That's an absolute sick goal. That's League Cup and FA Cup is realistic goals. We can win all teams. That's the you for me, all these. Speak up to you for, by the way. Liverpool finished 10 for 11. For that is the case. You for, can you hit the subscribe button, please, mate? If it's your first time, that'd be amazing. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I'd say that there, Tony, that's in Gary.
That's all right.
We got Liverpool finishing with table unless they're given 8 extra games. Lewis, again, I don't think Liverpool finished in the top 10. That's according to Lewis. Well, the way they're playing, they're not going to get it anyway. But let's talk about good, players that played well. I thought on the back four yet again were absolutely fantastic. Again, defending properly. I thought King Trippier led by form. I thought Dan Burn was outstanding yesterday for me. That last tackle he did was brilliant. But everyone's saying he's not my left back, but he's there for a reason, Pete.
Yep, he certainly is. And I think he is starting to get better in that position now. Of course, we were seeing that on your show today as well, Tony. I think he's really starting to improve in that left back role, considering he's normally a centre back. But I think he's now starting to really suit that role well now. And you can see how well it's working.
You can, Pete. Yeah, I mean, he's grown into that role, if anything. And the thing is with Eddie Howe, right? And a lot of work goes unnoticed with Eddie Howe on this. But the thing is, if you look at Eddie Howe, right? Look what he's done to Almer. Look what he done to Joe Linton last season.
Yep.
He was a striker who couldn't hit a barn door, couldn't score in a brothel, right? Now, you've put him into midfield. He's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, right? So you've done that with Joe Linton. You've now moved Miggy into an inverted winger. Okay, he's grew into the role. He's grown into it. He grew into it gradually, but he's getting better and better and better at it. And the more he's getting used to it now, the more he'll get better and better in time to come. So the guy's getting better, in that respect. Dan Burn is normally a centre-back. Yes, he has played left-back in his career. He played left-back for Dalton. He played left-back at Fulham, and he's done it at Brighton. So, but he's doing it more on a regular basis now, and now he's grown into that role. The thing is, this is Eddie Howe at his best, because Eddie Howe knows how to get the best out of these players, and if he can spot something out of a player and he puts that player in that position, he'll keep them there until they get used to that position, and then they'll turn into a great left back or a great right winger or whatever. But that's what he's done with Almiron, Byrne, Joe Linton, and it's the dividends is paying off now. And I don't know what more I can say about Eddie Howe, but just shows you now a lot of clubs who were laughing when we took Eddie Howe on. I bet they're not laughing now. I bet they're all thinking, shit, I wish we had Eddie Howe as manager. And I bet, because I'll tell you what, there's no club could afford him now, that's for sure.
I hope he doesn't leave. I hope we keep Eddie Howe for the next 10. Yeah, I think that guy's brilliant. I love him to bits, man. And what he's done for us this season's absolutely unbelievable, man. And you know what it is, right? I mean, he's just on a new long-term contract with us, right? But for me, he's the best young manager in the country in my book. Do you know what I mean? I don't got anyone say it, because he has improved. He's gone back his business quietly, guys. You know what I mean? So there you go. So I don't think Liverpool finishing top 10. Got Alex here as well. What am I spoken? But was just Harry. I mean, look, end of the day, right? I mean, you know how much I rate this guy. I love this guy. I think this guy is world class. Yeah, he's world class. Yeah, but but he'll just get better and better and better. Like Cole Sports always say, but he defended well. He's defended really well. And again, I'll ask you a question, right? I mean, he's not been unsettled at all. I mean, people just kind of get past him. 6 foot, what's he, 6'5"? That guy, he is world class. I think anyone see it, people. There you go, Alex. He is world class.
Thing is, John, yes, we kept a clean sheet, and okay, you might have said he wasn't at his best yesterday, but if you look at it,
he did. When he's on it, he's on it.
But if he has, but John, I think what I was going to say was, if he has one bad game every 10, then you don't mind that, because you've got the other part of the defense which can cover whatever So if he has one bad day every 10 games, that's fine, because for the next 9 games he's going to be absolutely spot on, or 10 games he's going to be spot on. So but then you've got Shaw there to cover him, you've got Trippier to cover him, you've got Pope to cover him, and you've got Byrne as well. So it's the thing with the defence now, John, is they play more as a collective group rather than individuals. And the defence is solid. And for those people who said Eddie Howe does not know how to defend, need to now go and eat some humble pie, because the guy's just proved he can defend. 10 goals conceded, 6 clean sheets in the Premier League. Nick Pope has got the most clean sheets in the Premier League. There you go.
Thank you very much, Tony. I'm not going to argue that at all whatsoever. It's all about, he can have one bad game. I get it. You can have one bad game. He left straight for one bad game. Do you know why? They just pick themselves back up again. It's as simple as that. They come back, and they come back stronger and better. But at the end of the day, we love Stone Botman. This guy, he is world class. And I tell you what, this is going to be a surprise to people this season. He's way, way, way above Koulibaly. There you go.
But, John, I didn't think Sven Botman had a bad game yesterday. I thought he was quite all right yesterday. So I'm not sure, but I thought he was quite. I thought he did well yesterday.
Yeah, I've got it wrong. I mean, like I said, sort of thing, sometimes sort of thing. But he gets still stronger and stronger and stronger, sort of thing. Yeah, but I'm a fan, and everyone knows that. I would never ever criticize Sven. There's no way, because this guy defends properly. Do you ever have to play Klopp at Liverpool? It's just written in the stars this season, Pete.
Well, I don't think Gerrard should be taking another Premier League role. I think Gerrard, to me, should go back to the Championship first, like what Lampard's done, and then slow work his way up. Because I think Lampard's slightly getting a bit better as a manager now in the Premier League, even though it didn't quite work out with Chelsea with them. But I think Gerrard should do that. I think that would be best for Gerrard, because coming from the SPL to the Premier League, 2 different leagues, terms of quality. So I think that would be better for Gerrard. Take a Championship club for some time and then start to work up, because I think it was far too soon for him for the Premier League.
I'm going to have to agree. He should have stuck at Rangers the next couple of seasons, do it there, and then get us moved to the Premier League, or even wait for Liverpool. But look, at the end of the day, I mean, I wouldn't say stock is dropped. I think his stock is, they're still going to take him on, by the way, probably in the Championship as well. So I think Norwich City could be probably for next season if they don't get promoted. Who knows? Teams are starting to really feel us now. We have to be played to win, and win we do. The so-called top 6 are terrified of us, and it's great to watch. Man, so I agree with you, man. Crack yourself for the Villa that only let 4 in. Thank you. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Miggy's playing like Salah at a minute. I'm being serious. He runs at people and always looks at comments and uses left foot like a ran. Thank you. Absolutely right. I'll see you later because I'm getting ready for the Grand Prix. Enjoy the Grand Prix, Lewis, mate. Chris Wood could be centre back. Oh, no, please, no. Ashington, big up to you, mate. Eddie has really improved the team. My cash is let down, make it hard for me to get too confident, but I genuinely think it's possible to finish high. I think top 4's doable this season. I have to say that. If Maxi comes back on the left and performs like he can, and Miggy continues at this level, then we're going to be leave us an attacking force. I tell you what, Miggy, we talked to him later in the player ratings. You wanted him at Milan. I didn't know what. Well, I said he was Milan over Newcastle, but he's here now, mate. So he's here now. What's he saying? He's saying about Milan. He's saying about United. Well done. Teams fear us and respect us now. We are known as a future giant, and teams are going to be more prepared against us. We must be up for it. Tony, I mean, Ufos made a good comment there, right? I mean, is he right saying teams does fear us, number 1? Number 2, right? We're after them. We are after these teams, right? We're not scaring them anymore. We're going at them. We're dominating teams as well, you know? Every time we get the ball looks forward, we look comfortable. I mean, defending's fantastic. That defense is sorted. We're not going to be letting 3s and 4s and 5s to goals anymore. We're not under this team. And I tell you what, we carry on defending like that and win games, picking some points along the way. We'll definitely make top 4, you know. I'm being positive here.
Well, yeah, John. I mean, you know, I'll come to that in a minute about the top 4 side. But first of all, yeah, teams are going to fear us. I mean, I said before the season started, I said we are going to be the juggernaut and we are going to go through the top 6, and the juggernaut has now started. But yes, they will fear us. They can try and play a game that will stop us playing our game. But Eddie is quite a clever guy, and he'll just tweak something he'll tweak something that we'll not pick up on at first. And then all of a sudden, boom, we'll hit them. And then they'll have to tweak their system to go back to whatever they want to revert to try and counteract that. And then Eddie will just tweak it back to his normal pressing intensity 4-3-3. So, you know, even if Eddie's probably already got a plan, if teams do work us out, he'll just switch something around just to confuse them completely, throw them off. And then, you know, so you got to, so I'm sure Eddie's got all that sorted out in his head, and he's probably already mapped all that out anyway. So, and you've seen it a couple of times in matches when we had Murphy and Almiron playing, they were switching flanks sometimes, you know, during games, like even just for a few minutes, just to throw the opposition. That's what it's for. And it's just clever management, you know, and to be a great manager, you got to be clever, and Eddie is very clever at his job. Top 4, John. Now, I don't want to burst your bubble here, and you know, it's nice we're in the top 4, John, but I think it's important to say that we don't get carried away with it, because, and it's not I'm being negative, John, because I'm certainly not being negative. I'm so happy where we are in the top 4. but we've got to hope for we don't have a huge injury list coming up, because remember, we've got a World Cup coming. It depends who goes that World Cup. Plus, you've got a January transfer window coming up. But you've got to start winning games. And when we come back after the World Cup, remember, every team's going to be starting basically from scratch again. It's going to be like a pre-season. And it's going to be like coming back from pre-season, back to starting the first game of the season. So you got to be switched on. Now, yes, it would be ideal if we finished the top 4 at the end of the season, and we would all be like, yeah, great, we've got Champions League football. Fantastic, brilliant. But we got to have the squad for it, John. We haven't got the squad, unfortunately, at the moment. But that's not to say we wouldn't do well in it. But I would rather say where we are in April, because that's giving you then towards the end of April, then you see where we are, and then you may think, right, okay, so if say towards the end of April, we're in that top 4 and we're a point ahead or 2 points ahead of the teams below us, then you make that push till the end of the season in May and say, right, let's stay in that top 4, let's make that push and go out there and get the points we need to stay there. But I would love to be in the top 4, but if we're not, even if we finish 7th, John, that would still be progress, because we're in European competition next year, and that's what would be the most important thing. Whether in Champions League or Conference League, it's European football. And if you don't get Champions League this year, you do it for next year.
Yeah, that's fair comment on first assessment there, mate. Pete, to go along with that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think we've got to see where we are come towards the end of the season. As well, and how we do in the January window as well, because we've still got players at the club who are not going to get us that far as well. The likes of Murphy, Fraser, Dummett, Ritchie, players like them. So seventh would be great, because that is progress. Because majority of times, apart from when we've been under Mike Ashley, we've only had 2 top 10 finishes, the 5th under Pardew and the 10th season under Rafa. Majority of the times it's been scraping relegation, finishing bottom half of the table. And if we got from where we are from last season to 7th into a European competition, that's definitely progress.
I mean, I wasn't being negative, Pete, but I'm just trying to be realistic. I'm trying to be realistic, if you know what I mean. But like I say, if we finish top 4, fantastic. I'll be well happy with that. I'll be like, whoa, didn't expect this. But while we're there, we've got to stay there. But it was nice to see what Pep said over the weekend. I don't know if you saw it, John, but Pep's actually said we are not just up there on merit. We are up there because we're playing good football. And he says, but we're not just a top 4 challenger. Pep Guardiola says we're a title challenger, John. What do you make of that?
If he says we're a title challenger, right? I mean, I hope he's correct, but we're not going to win the title. I mean, let's be real, because I think Man City's gonna win it in the end. I think Arsenal fade away slightly, but for me, I think Man City will win that league. I mean, Haaland's is the difference. De Bruyne, you got Bernardo Silva, you got these world-class players. There's Rodri as well. Do you know what I mean? You got Alvarez, and he comes on the pitch as well, man. But I tell you something now, right? Gundogan as well. That team is going to win the league. I've said that at the beginning of the season, and as Pep Guardiola is still at the club, I think they're going to keep winning titles. Liverpool out of the race, United out of the race, Arsenal, they'll probably feel away. Spurs and the Conte won't do it, yeah? But it's going to be Man City, guys. I really, truly believe Man City's going to win it again this season. I really do.
And as I said earlier on my show, John, to Pete, and Pete can back me up on this one, but what I said to Pete earlier on was, and other guys, if the thing I like about Guardiola is, at least he's complimentary to other teams.
Yes.
Where the likes of Klopp, like the first game of the season when Liverpool drew Fulham, we should have won that game, but it was the pitch that was awful. We didn't win that game. Everything he says, Mr. Teeth comes out with. He likes that one. But I mean, I don't know what his excuses was for yesterday. he probably said there wasn't enough added time on. But Klopp, it's made your day, that hasn't it? But
that guy's an absolute,
yeah,
honestly, he's a clown.
Klopp
An
is a
absolute
muppet.
clown.
I mean, he should get
If
the thing that
He's a
Klopp
muppet.
should be getting points for is whinge because of how he's whinged all season. He would get lots of points for whinging this season easily.
You know how years ago we used to have the Muppet Show and Kermit was the top man. Well, you could replace him with Klopp because he's the top Muppet, isn't he? Klopp, Mr. Teeth.
Oh no, I know. What did he?
But that's what I'm saying. Though that's the difference between him and Guardiola. Guardiola compliments other teams, where Klopp doesn't. Mr. Teeth. And I've got to go in the chat now. So
yeah. Oh, brilliant. You know what? This guy, honest to God, real talk here, it's just a warner. You know what I mean? Just wait till we beat him at St. James's Park. We'll beat him at St. James's Park. I'm not confident, by the way, because we're not scared of them anymore. We're not.
No, we're not.
I mean, Virgil van Dijk is not the same player. I'm not going to lie. Botman's improved on him, right? Mo Salah's not at his best. Miguel Almiron's above him this season. Let's be honest. I'm not front. Callum Wilson's been outstanding. And again, Firmino. What can I say about not scoring enough goals? But hey ho, that's not our problem.
And one thing I do want to say, John, is I've sort of ate a little bit of like humble pie sort of thing. I take my hat off to you because I'll tell you why. You were right about You were right about De Zerbi when people. I was doubting him as well. I said he doesn't look very good as a manager, but you said give him time, he'll come right. And yesterday, by God, didn't he come right? I mean, I watched the highlights on Match of the Day and the way they took apart Chelsea-Brighton, fantastic. And I thought, you know what? I thought straight away, John said about this guy, he's a very attacking manager when he was at Sassuolo. And do you know what? You're seeing it now. And I'll tell you what, I think Brighton will definitely finish in the top half under him. So, well said, John. Well done.
Thank you very much indeed. I mean,
Sorry, there's another comment in the chat which is funny as well.
Wow. We'll see that one in a minute there. I'm going to go for the consequence. I'll go back to Zerbi quickly, sort of thing. That guy, if I were the newspapers, and I said before, over the newspaper and the Silver Star Manager, a couple of years ago, I'd take him all day long. That guy, you know what the Zerbi bar is all about, and Brighton's got a cracking manager there. Keep him for the next 10 years. He'll do something special at that club, I'm telling you. Newcastle been rich and would give Eddie a chance to win silverware. I think Bournemouth had a lot less money, and he did bring them up 2 leagues. He broke through the leagues, mate. Put him through the league. I think Eddie's not getting credit because he hasn't had the opportunity of a rich team like the other top managers. Big up to Chris. You just think of Uber to get around Botman. Big up to Chesway and Rachel. Where have you been, Rach? We missed that. We missed Rachel, by the way. One of my mods. Big up to Rachel, by the way. Hope you're okay, Rach. Top last year. She had shown me show for an hour and a bit once back in the summer, I think it was. She was very, very knowledgeable. Botman's part of the reason why I did a shot on target was exceptional. Please hit those and because it's going for you new to the show. Thank you, Jessway on to Rachel. I can see Eddie Howe becoming the next Alex Ferguson winner. Everything of you, Newcastle lads. That's in Gary. And Pete Spears, that's in Alex. I love Alex, by the way. I met Alex a few times. He's a great, great guy. Yes. If you haven't met Alex at Newcastle, please shake his hand and big up this guy. He is absolutely brilliant. He really is. Gerard should go to the League One to learn this craft. Rafa returns to Liverpool. You never know. Gerard should go to the Championship and then work his way down. Big up to Leslie. That's absolutely fine. We're still on the show. Hope you're okay, mate. Newcastle's underrated. Eddie's basic took some level 5s moves into 8s and 10s. Hopefully, I will thank you. See you all later. Lewis, we love you, man. And just stay strong, mate. For you, 4 bomb was rubbish yesterday. For me, I had a great game. Sure, perfect. But I did not say it was rubbish. Yeah, I said did okay, right? But as game went, well, I should have added when the game went on. He was much better. But I'm a Botman fan. I mean, if I was going to play ratings, I'd give him an 8. I'd get in there early. Let's be real. Botman's very good. He was very, very good as well. But I hope he's not going to get tested because at the end of the day, he's like a brick wall, isn't he? He's like a brick wall. Botmandini, I'll call him. Botmandini. We do have the best defence in the league. If not top 4, we should close to it. 5th or 6th. That's the Julie J. Big up to Julie J. Big up to Gary V. Big up to Gav Cooper and Greenface once yesterday. It sure was. Big up to Gary. I thought it was sluggish in the first half, to be fair, while we were much dominant in the second half. What was not working for us in the first half? Did the goalkeeper change on the part to play? He's wasting time a lot, wasn't he? Wasting time a lot. And look, I know if he's injured, he should have gone off the pitch from the back, not going across and not stopping to chat to the players before he went off. That is wrong. And everyone said hi to everybody. Hope you're okay. Hello, is this the Man You Are TV? Wow, they keep starting something in the first half. I'm just going to go through this quickly before we go on to player ratings. We got to Andrews. So if we bring 3 to 5 quality players in Jan, we could easily get top 4, and I believe that is totally possible at some Mansell. You know what? That could be a possibility, man. And Ole Howland stops us at being champions. And Klopp the flip flop. I agree with the probably start with the FA and the League Cup. I'm just going to say anything can happen this season. If all the squads, not just ours, there is a World Cup, 2 domestic cups, and a lot of league games to play for. Anything can happen. Injury, suspensions, Mr. Teeth. Liverpool fans got
it's another comment coming up, which is hilarious as well.
Wow, Cup is a crybaby.
No, not that one.
That one. Turkey teeth.
Anything sounds like that mega mind. Something like Mr. Teeth. Doesn't matter. Congratulate, glad you didn't get now. Faith is a wonderful thing. Sometimes that's in Kenneth. They got Kenneth, by the way. Liverpool's they found Meal signing, not our fault. He can't hit a ball half the time. This is chances Nunes sees the bar. Yeah, like Volkanovski can scoop. The manager and the team together is a massive part of success, lots of money. Just look at the likes of United and Everton, spent a fortune, no real progress. That's true. Cops are flopping as people back, yeah. Still about all the time. Just like Justin Timberlake, come here, Villa. I like that one. Potter got booed, obviously, blind by some fans. Seems to be Ashkinson's job. It's not exactly. I don't get it at all whatsoever. I don't get it. Big up to David as well, and what a weekend show was. Newcastle time's coming. Liverpool and Man U have their turn. Too long time for the tune to arise. Yep. Gerrard's the French dressing room in the centuries of translator nightmare. To be fair, quite a few fans did compliment our team's performance. Yeah, I had one, and he's a good guy. Yeah, I love that one. Really. Daddy was absolutely gutted on TalkSport, laughing me head off. That's in Gareth.
Oh, that was funny because he tweeted, but I think he deleted the tweet afterwards. And then Jamie O'Hara went and tweeted, "Where's Gabby now?"
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, man. Oh, class! I'll tell you what, like Gabby Abominable's face says all done it. Oh my god! I mean, he must be absolutely drunk. I'm telling you. I love that one back pie review. Jill said, Gabby's always in Beers to talk sports. Can't wait for the Sins game. New Dustin Connor, Jurgen Flop. Exactly. Right, go to the player ratings, guys. You know the drill. We go through place 1, go marks out at 10, and it includes the subs and the manager, and you can join in the fun as well. Pete, I'll start with you. Nick Pope. I mean, he did have a lot to do, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He really, really didn't at all. And his distribution was just good. Knew when to come for the ball when he had to, which is really, really good. So I'll go with a 7 for Pope.
Yeah. And Klopp, Cash sounds like horse peas in the floor. This is like the Horseman show, isn't it? It's like the Horseman communicating. Oh, man. Tottenham versus Liverpool. Liverpool versus Arsenal next weekend. We win against Southampton. We profit no matter what. We have got to win that game. We've got to keep winning games, yeah? If Klopp isn't flapping the scores, he's showing his teeth. And Pope 7 out of 10. Everyone's a 10. Really, Pope 7. But that should say 7 out of 10. Let's go on to Tony. You seem to get the big names, don't you? I'm going to go with Mr. Trippier.
Yeah, I do, John. I've started something off in the chat now over Mr. Klopp of Mr. Teeth. Pete loves it because he thinks every week I'm going to come up with something totally different. And I've come up with 2 today already, haven't I? So I've come up with 2 cokers today. You got the Ming and Mings, and then you've got the Mr. Teeth.
Glass. Exactly, man. I'm still laughing about that. Let's do a show tomorrow about Jurgen Klopp.
I wonder. Do you know what? I'm glad. Well, I reckon when you go to a nighttime game with Liverpool, I bet you got to wear sunglasses because the lights probably shine off his teeth.
Oh, wow.
Let's put it this way, right? I mean, at the end
probably
of the
need
day,
a Welsh mask on.
We'll be shining. This guy is going to be drinking sours.
Did anyone see TTR Friday on Paul's channel on the 2 review? Billy, I think, was actually dressed like Klopp.
I'll have to have a look at that. I'll have to have a look. Good old Billy. Yeah, so I'll get the more serious matters, Mr. Trippier.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kieran Trippier. Had a great game. The assist for Wilson's goal, absolutely brilliant. The short corner to Miggy, back heel, back to Trippier, the perfect cross. I mean, the guy doesn't disappoint. He's been absolutely brilliant this week. He's been brilliant this season. Some people doubted it at the start of the season. Has he still got the legs? Well, yes, he bloody well has got the legs still in the Premier League. And I'm giving him a 9.
And Gareth Southgate will probably be in agree with you, mate. He would have been impressed. That guy, absolutely. But that assist for Wilson's second goal was fantastic. His performance is getting overlooked at times. But as he delivering the high cross down every single week, that guy is absolutely amazing.
Sorry, John, it just looked like this.
I'm going to read this. Klopp, 7th for amount of coffee. Everyone's read that. Julius 7. The way Liverpool jumped off our bench when we were cheated out to disappointing me. It was his teeth. Gavin Claver's tweet was banter, and he always knew it would be a tough game. What a crock. The poor deluder fool also thought it was a striker. Really? Wow. Man of the match for Miggy. Trippier 10. Ashley Jules. Trippier 10. Oh, someone's giving him 10s here. And funny that Emery didn't join him because we were fighting relegation with Villa are in a worse state. They will definitely go doing. The guys told him all this. I hope he enjoys the championship. So glad we got Eddie as that. Hey! This is brilliant. The teeth contender. Glad we got Eddie Jones. I want Eddie to shake the whole league up and prove those daft pundits wrong. Yeah, we'll be talking about that soon. Water Bros are going to make a film based on Ed the Horse. Yes! Oh, this is brilliant, man. The last time I saw two like comes in, it went up to FIFA to head up. Brilliant. And that was Bruno Fernandes. You won't even handle the Villa players. Look at their behaviour. They gave to Gerrard. Good or not, Emery has not got good man management. What a chance he has. Let's go swiftly on to the players. Go on, Pete.
Sorry, one of our started tonight, Pete.
No, exactly. Wow.
Yay!
Oh, Jesus. Go on then.
Go on, Dan Burn on the other side.
Dan Burn, yes. I think he's really started to do brilliantly in that position now. Sorry, I'm losing my words a little bit. But again, that very well yesterday, so I'll give an A for Dan Burn. I mean, he's starting to really work in that role well.
Big up to Dan. Tony, first of all, I want to apologize about Sven Botman at the end of the day, but what I meant to say was, I mean, starts slow. The second half, he is much better. Defended properly. That guy, I'm a big fan of Sven Botman. Tony, take it away, please, Sven.
He's the rock at the back, the Rolls Royce defender. That comment. Well, we know he does use his teeth.
Big up, Mogul, by the way.
Botman. The Rolls Royce, rock at the back. Try not to look at these comments, John. No, rock at the back. He's been brilliant this season. Even if his first half wasn't great, but still didn't concede. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
The guy's just a brilliant defender. He's only 22, remember. He's still a youngster. And he's not even nowhere near the peak yet. So I'm going to say, for Botman, I'm going to give him a 9.
Wow. Okay, that's fine. I'll go with that as well. If I was doing player ratings as well. So, I mean, that guy is just, what can I say? I can run out and just pull this to this guy. And you know what it is to Sven Botman, right? I mean, people are talking about Virgil van Dijk. People are talking about Ruben Diaz as well. People's talking about Saliba as well. They're all good defenders, but this guy does not get credit, and he deserves a lot of credit, and that's what I'm saying. So yeah, big up to Sven again. Pete, with you, Fabian Schär, and I'm not going to.
We can see them. That's why.
Oh,
that's the problem.
What have I started? It's my fault. It's my fault.
Oh Jesus! Fabian Schär again, so solid at the back once again, and of course, just what he has been doing in that role, he's just been so good on Eddie Howe as well, and I'm glad Eddie Howe's been getting the best out of him as well. So I'll go with an 8 for Fabian Schär.
Great stuff, great stuff. That's the back four completed. Let's go into the midfield. Let's go on to the one and only Bruno.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good game. Not his greatest games, mind, but he's still doing what he had to do. And I thought he played all right. You know, the whole team played well. Yeah. I'll give Bruno a 9.
Yeah, I don't know. I gave him 8 on yours. I think, he was part of the Joelinton, which was Joelinton's goal last.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, he was fantastic in the second half. I'm not going to lie, fantastic. His rid of the game is fantastic. And you know what? It's a Bruno. He was on a new deal, let's be real. I heard that clubs like Barca's after him, Madrid's after him, Liverpool wants him, Chelsea wants him. 45 million quid. I tell you what, it cost you 45 million quid to get his hair bleached. Let's be real. You know what I mean? That's what So you could stuff your 45 million quid and shove it where the sun don't shine, man. Let's be real. Let's move. You know what I mean? So that's Bruno. Give me a 9. Go on, Tony.
I mean, Suarez is up for a new film, Dracula. He's good at sinking his teeth. Chiellini knows all about that, doesn't he?
Wow. Go on.
Yeah. Well, Chiellini knows all about that, doesn't he?
He does, man. Go on, Pete. I'll give you Joe Willock.
Joe Willock, I will give an 8. Again, I think the work rate is definitely there for him. He never stops. He feels like he's got a bags full of energy now this season. The way he can now take on players as well. I've been really, really impressed with that as well. So that's why I'll give Joe Willock an 8.
Okay, 8 for Joe Willock. Sean Longstaff for you. I mean, look, people question him right on the new contract here, but what he's done this season, he's covered every engine, blade of grass. He's got an engine about him. I think he's getting back to the play that we were seeing from under Eddie Howe. I think Sean Longstaff, if he keeps on carries on, make those tackles in, interceptions there and then, you know what? I think he's to be a great player.
Yeah, John. I took him earlier on my show as well. I thought he played well yesterday. He's getting back to the player he was under. He's not a player yet, but he's getting closer to that player he was under Rafa Benitez when he was starting for England, and the debate between him and Declan Rice. I thought he had a good game, and I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, I
thought he had a good game. I thought he played really well.
I thought that was one of his best games he's played for the club.
I'm going to have to agree there. I'm going to have to agree because you know what? It's the Sean Longstaff. He's a part of the team now. He's playing with better players, so it makes him a better player as well. And if you get that, and learn from Bruno, learn from Joe Linton, which I'll be commenting in a bit. then he's gonna be a cracking player. I really do that sort of thing. But he's keeping Shelby out of the team, and what I see Joe Linton on in the midfield as well. That's his best position. Bruno has been up with his baby, so I get why he's made a few errors, but he's class. Love him. 8 out of 10, best player. We have a pure gem. Give him a contract extension and a pay rise now. Do all these clubs actually believe we're selling club? Going for a shocker for you. I tell them where to go.
Why? And that should have been looked at. What Ashton's put there, because that was a blatant push by him.
Yeah, I think the FA should look into that as well. By the way, because if the FA has dealt with it, cool. If you haven't, then the FA should come in as well. Let's be real. Absolutely. Because that is shocking. And it's gone. Yeah, okay. It's the horseman sure. Keep Klopp trying to work out how many he gets. Team this next 3 points. What have the Polish done to deserve that?
The Polish
best play the game, John, and don't say Rashford. Well, it's the Newcastle channel. I'll tell you my best play on PD Sure later on. So let's go on to. Let's have a look at this. Where we go next? Done the midfield. Let's go on to. I'm going to go with Miggy Almiron for you, Tony.
Well, Miggy, another great game.
There you go, dude.
Yeah, I thought he was full of running again, full of energy. Took his goal really well. I mean, I think he just wants the goal of the month award every month.
He does, really.
Because he's won the last 2, hasn't he? He won August and September, didn't he?
I think he did, Did he?
Do you know what? That would be a record if he gets every goal of the month. And then goal of the season. I bet that's never been done before. But yeah. But no, I mean, he done really well yesterday, Mickey. And I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And offside.
I didn't realise. And also, I'm throwing this into the mix now because did you notice yesterday down at Brentford, they must have been playing heavy metal because we had a headbanger in Diogo Costa. Got a red card. Must have thought you was in a. Must have thought you was in an Iron Maiden concert or something.
I mean, I just thought, and I'm thinking, why do it?
Yeah, stupidity, wasn't it?
I mean, that's another strike Wolves have lost.
And he's out after the World Cup.
He will be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, 3-match ban.
Not good. He wants to go back to Brazil, have a holiday. That's what he wants to do. So, and let's go on to Joe Linton, Peter. This guy, I thought he was excellent yesterday. He track him back. You know, he's unlucky with a shot in the first half, but he scored in the second half, and he made 2 key passes through the game. And I tell you what, this guy, he's a tackler. But the bad news is he is out next week.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about, did he do it because to miss the Southampton game to keep him for the Chelsea game, which we're really going to need him for that in a way. But I'm not so sure, to be honest. But Joe Linton, again, I thought excellent for me yesterday. The holder play was really good from him, definitely. God, totally, man. And and it was just a matter of time before he was going to get a goal. It really was about the time he was going to get a goal again. He couldn't have missed that at all. Hopefully, we'll see some more goals there coming from Joe Linton this season as well. But you can see what that meant to him as well, because he has missed some easy opportunities like the one against Man United where he hit the bar, then the post afterwards. But it was great to see him get his goal because I thought he deserved a goal yesterday because I thought he was excellent. Joe Linton, 9.
Fair enough. And then we go on to you, Tony. You get the big names, don't you? And
I do.
Another one here for you is Callum Wilson. I mean, it's a chance to impress and fun to have Southgate. Scored a penalty down the middle, and then he scored a header, came off the post. On another day, he was going to hat-trick when he hit the bar late on. I thought this guy has been absolutely fantastic. And if he does get into the England team, this got to be stewards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, John, I thought he had a great game again yesterday. It's his movement as well. Took his penalty well, you know. The second goal he scored well. He was unlucky to hit the bar with his header. You know, he just puts fear into teams when he's playing well. Because the reason he's putting these balls away is because he's getting the service, John. That's the difference, the quality in the service as well. People might say, yeah, he scored a penalty, but at the end of the day, not only that, but you've got to get up and score the penalty first of all. You've got to get past the goalkeeper, you know. So, and the penalty's only given because there's been an offence in the box. So, but other than that, no, he's played really well. And for me, he was man of the match, so I give him 10.
10. Fantastic.
Yes,
10 out of 10. Brilliant stuff.
That's 10, John.
And big up to Callum Wilson. I've got a feeling when he played Chelsea, I think I've got a feeling that Koulibaly will be back in that game as well. I tell you what, Wilson probably runs things and on the field, I think.
Well, he's crap anyway, John.
Fair enough. But he's not
another boom song.
He do. What? Song? Wow.
Pete. Koulibaly's another boom song.
Well, he was class. He did. The fact is, he was brilliant and for Napoli, wasn't he?
Napoli, yeah.
I mean, Joe Gomez took over the boom song duties last night, didn't he?
Oh God, I think that's. Oh Jesus, that was terrible. That.
That's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Sorry, Doug, you're watching the show. Let's go to this conference, go to the substance. We are seeing something special unfold at this club, and I'm privileged to be part of it. As an almost lifelong supporter, I'm also loving the shortness to AJ. You know what, mate? Well said, my guy. Well said. That is a star comment for you, mate. That's a star comment. Miggy's a 10. If Liverpool failed to make Champions League, I'm glad to play got his teeth on big fish, that plays the brightness. Headline was uncalled for, I agree. Diego Costa rules that win yesterday. He did. What a fortunity. I was hoping Brentford won that. That's all we gave me hope for the Chelsea game. Oh, the Chelsea defense was a joke. Terrible. No Kloppage time. I love that one. No Kloppage time. Love it. Callum Wilson at 10. Chelsea don't do well at St. James's Park. We'll win that game. They did try.
Even though the last two games they've beaten us there, but we normally do quite well against them, yeah.
Exactly. So that's the player ratings there for the first team. Right, go to the substitutes there. We've got Jacob Murphy for you. I mean, Eddie Howe likes him, by the way. I mean, look. And that time
get him again.
Yeah. And he's done all right with him. He's just been a back four, and he's all looking at that corner shot at the bottom of the post. But other than that as well, I thought Jacob Murphy did okay.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I thought the cross, which he did get it for Wilson. Fortunately, Wilson did hit the bar, and he was very unlucky not to score that where the post just denied him of that. But yeah, I'll go for a 7 for Murphy.
Cool stuff. And let's go on to Tony. Are we going to get much of Jamal Lascelles and John? First, we're going to give you that target there. So he came on for Sven Botman. That's Dan moved across for left back to defence. So I thought it was a solid performance from him, by the way. Didn't do a lot, but it's solid.
Yeah, solid, John. I'm just going to give him a customary 7.
Okay. And we can't give Lascelles and Shelby didn't go on the pitch along, didn't they? Sort of.
Well, it could, John, because we had 3 minutes of added time, so you could see Shelby was on for 11 minutes and Jamal was on for 10 minutes. Yeah,
fair enough. What should we give them then? I'll go with you. I'll give you Jamal then, Pete.
Probably just go with the 6 because again he did that now do, did he?
Although he nearly set a goal up for Pete, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly assisted.
Yep.
Exactly. And goal, I'll go with you. Who's the last one? Shelby.
Yeah. Not a lot to do really, Shelby, so I'll give him a 6.
Fair enough. Let's go on to Tanji. That came on for Leeds Core. Ganabeto. He was that smaller for Jesse Marsh being an American. He signed the comedian Kevin Hart. He's an Italian, by the way. We have we have revitalised as a team, by the way, because they've revitalised there, but you have to do
reinvigorated, John.
Reinvigorated, sorry. I couldn't
Reinvigorated.
pronounce it. I do apologise, reinvigorated. He actually set up their goal, though, did very well. The bar and the post stopped Murphy from getting the goal and assist. Murphy should do the crossbar challenge. He hit 5 out of time every time. He lost the post, didn't he? If he goes a bit wider, he'd be getting double figures, but unfortunately he doesn't, and that's like he's in the post. And let's go on to the fans.
Probably if it was wider, John, he'd still hit the post.
That's the problem. You're right. You're right there. But it is what it is, man. But listen, he's done all right, Jake, for the last few games. Let's go on to you, Pete, on the fans.
It's got to be a 10 easily. I mean, you know what it's like on a match day at home now, just non-stop throughout the game, which is just what we're all about. And look how happy we are as a fan base. Sitting 4th place in the table as well, which is just great.
Absolutely.
Well, you said you missed. You said, well, Ashford's put Maxi, but he wasn't on for long. That was the thing.
Yeah. There you go. 5 subs, or whatever it is. Fair enough. Got one here for Saturday. So we hit the post 11 times this season. Could you believe that? Unbelievable. Hoping Maxi should be playing Southampton game, or what he does. Murphy, the carpenter, loves the woodwork.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, love it, man. The most of anything in the firm. The next is Man City with 6. And fans on War Flags 10. That's part of the fans as well. 10 out of 10. Tony, let's go with you with Eddie.
Eddie, well, what can you really say about the man? You know, because he's just Mr. Fantastic. Everything he touches, it's a bit like Jesus. Every time he touches water, it turns to wine. You know, so Eddie Howe is, just everything he touches turns to gold and magic, and we're sitting in the Premier League's top 4. So I'm going to give Eddie Howe. Are you ready for this one?
5.
See, 5, 10,
and 5.
I knew you were going to do that.
Wow. And Chris Wood, by the way, didn't give Chris Wood a rating as well. Wow, he should have scored that one. So I think he'll do it for that. Yes,
because he missed.
That missed.
I was hoping once. He just turned up, by the way, me. So hey ho. Maybe Murphy should aim for Woods. I know what you mean. And he's just like God. He's on God's level. Big up. So that's it then, guys. That's play ratings done. The meeting's done, and they're going to wrap up because we've got a break on 8:30. So, and before that sort of thing, Pete, tell us where you can find you, man.
It's all Payday Prologues of the YouTube channel, which will be going in about around about almost 10 minutes. Time for my match review and player rating show. So do tune into that after this one. Yeah, there's a comment doing that. Facebook page Payday Prologue, and my Twitter and Instagram Payday Prologue. So feel free to follow me on there as well. And please subscribe again if you haven't already done to my channel, because we'll be going live in 10 minutes. And I just hope we don't have any more things that relate to Klopp, because I think we'll just lose it.
I thought.
Yeah.
I thought when Pete got his words mixed up, I thought, he needs to get his Klopp teeth back in.
Wow. Oh. Thank you, man. Thank you, Pete. And Stephanie. I'd love to get Stephanie on my show. I've tried getting Stephanie a couple of times. And she said that she'd love to get one of her sons to come on as well. So hopefully that is the case. Stephanie watching, if you want to get your son on the show, we have a chat with Newcastle United. That'd be amazing. Big up Stephanie. Stephanie, we've got this. Great show tonight, lads. Thank you, Chris. Click Klopp and Ashton as well. Tony, we can find you on the channel, mate, and give us a for the wrap up.
Yeah, find me down there. Tony31. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back.
Yeah.
Also, follow me on my channel. It's all black and white TV. So that's black with and then in the middle and white TV. And give us a follow and a subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. There's some great content to come up. And keep rolling. And by the way, Liverpool's lawnmower's broken down.
Liverpool's
So,
what?
Liverpool's loan was broke down.
Oh,
They're getting Suarez to cover the grass.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
Suarez and Klopp will be cutting the grass.
Oh, this is brilliant, man. Yeah. Darwin Spooners doesn't know where the ball is. Brilliant. And Stephanie, definitely, we've got this, Stephanie. We've got this. And that's what I says to her. She said on the tweet yesterday to us, we've got this. But guys, thanks for coming on, guys. And for me, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. And if you like the super chat, click on the dollar sign, give what you the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. And like Stephanie is already, she's a member as well. We love Stephanie, don't we? And thanks so much indeed. And she gives us the signing motors as well. And on that bombshell, right? I'll be back tomorrow. I think we could either do a transfer show tomorrow, or we could do like a debate show as well. So about people being saltiness as well. We're going to talk about that. So guys, thanks so much indeed. Guys, I need to get prepared, all right? So you get some ready for Pete's show. Then come on, Peter Powerlock show, 8:30. We'll be there. We're going to talk about the same thing. And until then, people, have a fantastic evening. And by the way, please don't invite young Klopp in, will ya? Anyway, and bye-bye.